All right, so we're at PHP Tech 2009, and we're sitting here with Wez. Wez, introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do.
Hi, I'm Wez Furlong. I'm Director of Engineering at Message Systems. I run the engineering side of the business there. In terms of the PHP community, I've worked on various parts of PHP, such as PDO, streams, a variety of other things that are in Pickle. What I'm doing here at the moment, if you want me to carry on with that,
Sure.
sure, is sort of hanging out, catching up with people. We had a PHP core developers meeting earlier this week, which are really important. We have those every so often, gathering of the core folks. We sit down, we talk about where things are at, where we want things to go. And we sort of progress through our accumulated list of items. And what's really important is being able to do that face to face, because while we're pretty good at working in a distributed fashion, you can't really beat face to face for working through things and getting things done.
So the hot topic on everybody's lips this week seems to be PHP 5.3, and the infamous go-to statement and a number of other things.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Yeah. So it looks like we're in what, beta 2, release candidate 2?
I believe we have a release candidate imminent.
Okay, so that's pretty close. That's pretty there.
Yeah.
And we know PHP 6 is going to have Unicode support. We heard from Andre earlier. So what are we doing in between? What's the priorities in between there?
We have some plans. So one of the things we were looking at for 6 is looking at ways to clean up the code base so that we collectively have less things to look at and to maintain in the longer term. And so part of that means that we may break things in 6. And to ease that transition, we're looking at possibly doing a PHP 5.4 with some things so you can make your code forwards compatible there and ease that transition. Exactly what the nature of those changes are, we haven't really quite figured out yet. We're just kind of trying to get the feel of that, take the temperature of things, make a few changes to 6, see how those affect common applications, and just sort of see how much leeway we have there for doing that code cleanup.
Very nice. So when you get bugs reported against different versions and you come to a meeting like this, how do you sort of triage them? How do you say these are things that we want to fix versus need to fix versus whatever?
We collectively sit down and look at the bug list. That's actually what we did on Tuesday. We sat down and just went through and
rock, paper, scissors?
Something like that. We just sort of take the temperature of that, get a feel for just how big a problem it is, and then make a decision like, do we want to fix that? Do we not want to fix that? And then just talk about that for a bit.
Do you do any sort of estimation to figure out this is how much work these things are, or is it just based on criticality?
It's kind of a gut thing, and we tend to just assign it to whoever's actually going to do it. And because we're a volunteer project, we don't sit there and say like, okay, we project. It will take this amount of time, we're going to release on this date. We just can't do that because it's very much a volunteer thing. So it's like who's going to do that? Okay, great. And it will be done when it's done. It's just the nature of things. It's important to stress that because while a lot of people are under the impression that Zen leads the development of PHP, that isn't really how it works in practice. Like they have a big deal of input into what goes on, but it certainly isn't them driving it. It's not like they have project managers and they're pushing timelines and things.
So Zend is obviously one of the big companies involved. What are some of the other companies involved in helping set the direction of PHP, helping support it?
Yeah, so none of them really set like
representatives in the meetings,
exactly.
I guess.
So just as Zen isn't the company driving it, other companies are involved, or at least have important people there. So, for instance, Andrei Zemitsky from Dig, we had Brian Shah from Facebook, and we have Sarah from Yahoo. Those are just some of the people that were there. We had representatives from Microsoft and Oracle in the room as well. So
it sounds like the people actually using the language are the ones driving it forward.
Exactly, yes.
Excellent.
And that's always been the way with PHP. It's very much itch-driven development.
Sounds great. Wes, thank you. And we're signing off from PHP Tech 2009.